The TIMMS interim report has been published, and I've got to say I'm really worried, not because of what's in the report, but because of what it does not say. If you don't know me, my name's Charlie, and I've helped well over 150 people win their PIP claims, and I received PIP myself. Over the last year, I've been following the government really closely about what they're going to do with PIP. When the government proposed the 4-point rule and segregating us, we joined together as a community and we got over 70,000 signatures to fight against this. Then they retracted those proposals. Since then, I only do videos when there is fact-based information from the government themselves. And many of you are now completing the feedback that they're asking for regarding PIP so that we can make sure our voices are heard before they make their final proposals. So let's talk about this interim report and what it actually says. And then we're going to get on to what the fuck it doesn't say. By the way, it's literally 67 pages. Okay, so there's a lot of detail. You can get this, you can just go onto the government site, okay? This is obviously available for anyone. Basically, they agree that the current PIP process is not good enough. It's not fit for purpose. They're saying that they believe a fundamental reform is necessary, not just small changes. They agree that the PIP funding is vital for us, that it meets the extra costs that we incur when we have chronic illness or disabilities, and that is in place so that we can remain as independent as possible for as long as possible, that is here to help us manage our daily life. It does not say anything about it being unnecessary. It is clear that it is necessary, which is a fucking relief, isn't it? They completely agree that the assessment process is failing us, that it's stressful, dehumanizing, lacks dignity, fuck yes, and that it does not reflect our real lives, which I'm so happy that they're being transparent about that, because as we all know, yes, we know this. Any of us that have been through the process, we know this. This is like one of the strongest themes running throughout this report, okay? And it's another reason why our feedback is so important. So if you haven't already, please use the link in the description. I want to get over 5,000 of us giving feedback that they're asking for right now. I'm going to extend the deadline. We have to submit it by the 17th of July. So I'm going to extend it so that you can complete it up until lunchtime on the 16th of July. Then we'll collate the information and make sure we submit it in time. Over 500 of you have already given feedback. We need to give more. We must speak up, because I'm going to keep going with what's in the report and what's not. We need to do it. Links in the description. And do me a favour, just share it with one person. Basically, it's saying that the assessment needs modernising, which we agree. We know the assessment is shit, right? We agree. They absolutely agree that it doesn't properly reflect fluctuating conditions, the modern understanding of disability, the reality of what our lives are like living with long-term chronic illness. It's honest that it believes, like they believe as a steering committee, that the assessment process hasn't kept up with how we've evolved and become educated about chronic illness. With regards to employment, now our community, know that when we're going through the PIP process, they will try and zero you by targeting, are you working, can you drive, have you got children, have you got pets? So they're talking about employment in this interim report, right? Which again makes me twitch a bit. Okay, so they're currently saying that there are concerns that the current system creates barriers around working. It does not say about any changes that are going to be made. This interim report identifies this as an area that they need to focus on. When I work with clients who are working, we have to get a step ahead of this issue, because many of my clients are still working or want to get back to work. No one I work with wants to be on PIP. We just want to be better and to get our lives back. I completely agree with this, but it makes me, again, nervous about what's coming. You know, I'm nervous about what they're not saying. This bit is making me very nervous as well. Okay, they are saying their recommendations are going to be radical and bold. There is no information on them. We are not going to know until the final report comes out in autumn. Just a summary of what it doesn't say, okay, which is important for us to know. Who will qualify for PIP, whether the descriptors will change, you know, the preparing food, managing therapy, washing and bathing. It doesn't say anything about that. It doesn't say anything about how the points are allocated. It doesn't say anything about the payments. It doesn't say anything about the assessment process. and any changes to that. There's no actual information on what they're thinking or anything about what their recommendations will be. This is another reason why I need your feedback now. Like, we need, obviously you don't have to link with me and do the feedback. You can do it independently. We've got to submit the feedback by the 17th of July 2026 now. Okay, so you can join me and our community and do it that way. And obviously, if you haven't already, see the videos I've been putting on the channel. I've been doing lots of shorts with updates on the feedback that you're giving and showing the results. I will share everything. We need to do that. If you're wondering what's going to happen when the TIMMS report comes out in autumn this year, I'm going to do a separate video on it. There should be a link at the end of this. Just remember, there are no changes to PIP right now. There will not be changes made to PIP in autumn this year when the report comes out. Okay? They cannot change it. They can't just make changes. They have to go through a process. If you want to know what that process is, watch the next video.